Testing, testing. Shove shit all over your face and ass and join the party. Now live from my bedroom. Shit ass party. Coming soon to my bedroom. Live stream in my bedroom. Shit ass party. It's where you shit ass all over your party. Coming soon. Tune in. Live, live, live. This podcast is brought to you by our sponsors, Shit Ass Party.
Okay.
It's where you have a party and your shit ass. Sponsored, only $8.99 a month. We'll come to your house and put shit all over your ass.
Okay.
Isn't it great that they've sourced us advertisers and sponsors?
Oh, you mean the shit ass party?
Yeah, Shit Ass Party is a new sponsor.
Yeah, you want me to tell everybody about
My business dealings.
Yeah.
Shitasparty.com. It's actually a company that I have stakes in. It's like the way Joe Rogan has on it. I have shitasparty.com, and I mean you can buy. Just PayPal me a lot.
We have a Patreon.
Patreon. Join my Patreon, and give me $20 a month, and then I'll tell you more about shitasparty.com.
Okay. Okay.
In other news, the big news of the day.
I don't know. You know, when we're walking around and we're yapping, I'm like, oh, we should talk about this on the podcast. And then you hit record, and I'm like, I don't know what.
Yeah, the big news of the day is Victorian President Donald Anderson has broke into a woman's house.
Oh, right.
And had unconsensual lovemaking with her, and now she's pregnant.
That's not what happened,
isn't it? I just glanced at the headline. To be honest, I looked at the headline and then I filled in a lot with my imagination.
Mm-hmm. What
did happen? Do you want to? Did you read the news?
I did. I read the article. Yeah, I read the article.
Do inform me.
Apparently, there was a pregnant woman in Victoria who was on her Facebook, and I don't know. I didn't. Okay, when I say I read the article, I skimmed the article and I didn't do further investigation, which is what you have to do with anything written these days by anybody because everybody's a fucking liar. So, but basically, she had posted on her Facebook support of protests that will be happening around Victoria that are about the lockdown, the stage 4 lockdown everyone in Victoria is currently under.
Are we under it?
Yes.
Oh, yes, we are. I just remembered.
How could you forget?
I was looking outside the window.
My absolute, technicolor of emotions that you're experiencing at all times because we have been in a lockdown.
So
yes, yeah.
So Ben Anderson himself, President of Victoria, Ben Anderson, broke into a pregnant lady's house.
I think he's the Prime Minister.
Prime Minister of Victoria.
His name's Dan Andrews.
Dan Andrews. Broke into...
It was not him. It was the police. They went into her home.
And had unconsensual lovemaking with her.
She was already pregnant.
And
she's actually had 2 children already.
Were they born with glasses? Dan Andrews' glasses?
The newborn is not born yet. It's still cooking.
If the baby's born without a face mask, I detect hypocrisy.
I agree. But then they arrested her, right? Her baby daddy was there. I think he was holding a baby, but he was holding a phone and he was filming it. And she was like, "All right, what is this warrant about?" They went to the trouble to get a fucking warrant to enter this woman's house, to then confiscate all electronics and arrest her for, I believe they said it was incitement. So she's inciting law breaking because to protest now would be against the law.
What are they protesting?
The stage 4 lockdown.
And masks.
I don't know if they're actively protesting masks, but they are protesting the stage 4 lockdown, which has also been extended by 2 weeks. Obviously, you and I will not be here, and I'm very much looking forward to that. But yeah, it was crazy. They took they took her partner's phone. They took she was like, that phone's my sister's. They're like, we're taking every electronic in this house. And she was like, I have an ultrasound in an hour. You know, of course, like that's what you would say when you were pregnant and being arrested, right? I've got an ultrasound. You know, I'm going to give birth in 2 hours.
This is a miscarriage of justice, but also
hilarious. Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah. This is too much.
Well, yeah. So then they arrested her, and then they charged her, and because of some shit she posted on Facebook, and she was even like her partner was like, I love that everybody just called each other mate. They're like, come on, mate. And like, you know, the cops here are as annoying as the cops in America. They're like, excuse me, I'm speaking. You know, like they're very important. Like, let me finish. And it's like, meanwhile, it's like you're pregnant, your kids are there, you're being arrested in your own home for using Facebook.
What color?
So obviously, white, which that is the crazy part to me because I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, like, you know, in America, they enter homes of black people and shoot them. But in Australia, they've spread it onto the white people. So then I'm like, holy shit, they really give no fucks here. They're like, you know, we'll do it to everybody. And that's what freaks me out, you know, because you're just like, well, nobody, they're not, the discrimination far beyond that. It's not just about people of color anymore.
Well, they killed all their black people already, so no.
Yeah, so they gotta find somebody to hurt.
So that was poor people, maybe. What's their house look like? Did you see pictures of their house?
I don't know. You know, I mean, they had a lot of kids, and it didn't look like a mansion. I'll put it that way. Like, it looked like you've had too many kids already.
White or off-white?
White.
No, not like me. It's not colored.
Blonde. I think she was blonde.
Because we're more colored whites.
Yeah, that's what you've been trying to push.
Yeah, we're colored whites.
Yeah. So. You don't actually know that about yourself.
Yeah, we're going to the test, though.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we might as well.
Yeah, you might be a Native American. That's what we're thinking.
Well, it would help my career if I had something to make me a little more diverse than just...
A bit of Pocahontas in there.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, being born in Reno, Nevada makes me diverse. I mean, when does, like, trashy get to be part of the diversity wheel, you know?
And just a question that you definitely should know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
What tribal ground is Reno, Nevada, what is it stolen from? Do you exact tribe it's stolen from?
No, but there are...
Oh, wow.
Why would I know that?
Very interesting when people don't realize where what stolen ground there.
Do you know what tribal ground Reno, Nevada was stolen from?
No, because I'm from Ireland and I'm actually an indigenous person.
Yeah, you're trying
of my
to
own
claim...
country. I'm an indigenous person. I'm a First Nations person of the country of Ireland. There was people that are trying to kill my indigenous brothers and sisters called the British. And what I plan to do now is to go there and steal their jobs.
Wow. I felt very personally attacked just then. As somebody who is both English and Irish, as far as I'm concerned. You've attacked part of my essence. And I'm a woman. So I'm going to go ahead and say...
Yeah, you're not a woman of colour.
I've been assaulted.
You're a white woman of slight colour. You
were just a white woman of slight colour. I'm not, as far as I know, I'm just English and Irish. But I do have the type of complexion that has had people throughout my life, you know, query as to whether or not I am part Spanish or part Asian or, yes, part Native American. As far as I know, it's just white on white. But, you know, you could be surprised. And if I've got a little bit of anything in me, I swear to God, I'm ready to put that and get a new career up and running.
Yeah, put it on your Facebook page.
Yeah, oh yeah. It'll go on my fucking grave. It'll be like 2% Native American.
Yeah. And you should change your name to Catherine Running Water Mountain Cool Breeze.
That's
Buffalo Henson.
Buffalo Henson.
Yeah, no, just call yourself Buffalo Henson.
Yeah. I should just do that for fun. Come to the stage.
Yo, Buffalo Henson.
Buffalo Henson. But you don't. Well, I mean, you know, you were adopted.
Why are you telling people that?
Because you don't actually know. You can't ask like what your actual heritage is.
This is a touchy subject for me.
You brought this up. You said you want to do.
I know I like to say a lot of mean things about other people, but
yeah, you're sitting here poking and prodding at me.
That touches my feelings.
I'm just trying to Joe Rogan you now.
Very offended.
I'm Joe Rogan and you're the guest. So what's going on with that? You know, are you ready to find out where you come from?
Joe Rogan doesn't do that.
Who gives a fuck with Joe Rogan? I don't know. I wouldn't listen to it.
It's a good podcast.
I've heard. I have no malice toward it. I don't listen to it. The only thing I've seen, truly the only thing I've seen of Joe Rogan was today when it was great. It was great. The only reason I saw it is because my entire Explore page on Instagram is RuPaul's Drag Race memes, and then stuff about anxiety, because I've been going through anxiety. So it's like basically trying to keep me calm from having a total mental breakdown, and then Drag Race memes, which also keep me calm during a mental breakdown. So as a result, there was a clip that popped up of Miley Cyrus on Joe Rogan's podcast, and they were watching, who was it? It wasn't, I can't remember who it was. Oh, Kennedy Davenport. Yeah, they were watching her dance and like do a death drop. And then Joe Rogan was like, oh, they all do the same move. It's all the same. And then Miley Cyrus was like, oh, that's like your podcast. It's like this recording. It's all the same shit. And that is truly, like, to be honest, as someone who doesn't listen to it, that is my impression of it. Like, I understand you've been like, oh, he has all these, like, really important guests and blah, blah, blah.
He does.
But, like, to me, when I think about it, I just think, like, I have zero interest in involving
Miley
that
Cyrus
into my life. No, I'm cool with Miley Cyrus. I think she's fine.
Well, she's a country artist, isn't she?
I would say she's more of a pop star now.
Oh, yeah, well, she's a country background. AKA also known as the KKK, country music. So
you're just like, so Joe Rogan had a member of the KKK on his podcast. He should finally be canceled.
Miley Cyrus is fucking undercover KKK. She's white, she's blonde, she's blue eyes.
Joe Rogan is white and bald. From what I saw on that show, that was him, right?
I'm not answering.
I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
I'm not answering my questions. I don't want you taking apart my heroes.
Taking apart your heroes?
No, I don't like it.
I mean, he seems fine. He's not, from that clip, I didn't find him wholly unlikable. But it's not for me. And that's okay. I'm okay with that.
I like it because it's, I've been listening to Joe Rogan since 2012. So,
what, you want a fucking award?
Yes, I do. I want acknowledgement that I spent.
From who?
I don't know. Maybe Joe.
Well, good luck with that. Joe Rogan, if you're listening, please acknowledge this indigenous Irish man who, he's looking for his family. So maybe you can have him on the podcast and he could have...
Rogan's an Irish name. Maybe,
cool.
Maybe me and him are related.
Yeah, maybe he's your dad.
So anyway, Ben Anders, president
okay, you really don't want to talk about this.
Of Victoria.
Not to say, can I make it clear? It's not like you have a friend here.
Yes.
Who like you grew up with. She's Irish.
Oh yes, that's true.
And both of you were adopted, and she has a very interesting story, which sparked your interest in just considering finding out who your parents are, because hers is very funny and fascinating.
Hers is very interesting.
Man, fuck, it's really too bad we couldn't have her on this before we leave.
Ben Andrews locked down fucking friendships. You're not allowed to have fucking friends in this stupid fucking city.
Not allowed to have friends.
You're not allowed to reach out to anyone. Gotta stay in your room, look out the window and wave at the cops, and if you don't wave back, they come in and they get you pregnant.
Yeah,
that's what we've learned from the news.
They get you pregnant, break your phone.
And then the baby's born with glasses and a mask on like Dan Andrews.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. That was really weird seeing that. It's just kind of, and then I learned through that apparently like freedom of speech is not a thing in Australia. So it's like, you can go running around America just being like, you can be like, Donald Trump like had sex with my dog, you can like say that as much as you want. The newspapers can't exactly print it because they could get in trouble and then sued for slander, but you can say pretty much whatever you want in America.
And then you can't say Dan Andrews raped my pet kangaroo. You can't say that.
Well, you can't say that here, but you could go to America and say that. And then they can't do anything about it. So the point is we got to get the fuck out of here. They just extended the lockdown by another 2 weeks, past the 2 weeks that I think is left of it, and in the state of emergency by 6 months. And I am just thrilled to, I'll take my chances. I'll roll the dice with Corona in another country, because...
Yeah, I don't think who gives a fuck about people in their 90s, honestly.
You keep saying that, and it's like, whatever. I mean, it is human life, and whatever.
Okay, I take that back. Who gives a fuck about sick people, I mean?
You have
so needy.
You have a friend who has a
maybe God put this virus on the planet to give us a little hint to stop using hospitals to
okay. come on. You don't bring God into this because there is no God.
There's
so,
God.
oh, yeah? Okay. Well, I'm not getting into that debate right now. You believe in God?
I believe in a
I know
God.
you don't believe in God. Oh, you believe in a
I believe
God.
in the Chinese gods.
Okay, well, convenient.
I can't name them right now.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. That's why I said convenient. It's like something I don't know. I don't know. I have no rebuttal. Zero rebuttal.
No, because they're planning a 500,000 person march in the city pretty soon. So tensions.
Yeah, I think this weekend,
yeah.
which is like I don't really give a shit.
It'd be fun to watch out the window, wouldn't it?
As long as I get out of here.
Yeah.
How many more days? Ugh.
3 more days.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ! Your flatulence. You know what? We already talked about this. I'm not going to bore people with it, but it is truly an impressive.
No, I burped. Don't make it sound like I farted because I don't fart. I had an operation.
Your mouth is just your face butthole.
I don't like that philosophy, and I've been reading a book about philosophy.
Yes, I know. We've already talked about it.
I got ID'd last night. Did I tell you that?
You did tell me that.
They wouldn't serve me beer. A man of 32 years on this planet, and some fucking low-level scum piece of shit fucking supermarket worker. No offense to anyone who actually works in supermarkets, a very valiant and honourable job in these times. But this POS, standing for a piece of fucking shit, wouldn't give me my mid-strength beer because I looked 17.
I know, that was the funniest part because you clearly, this is this year that doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned, the worst year ever, is also the year that has aged us all. And you look like you've been through it a little bit.
Hey!
In a way that makes you fuckable. Okay. And, but I mean, you clearly are not 17 years old. Do you know what I mean? I mean, maybe they thought the patchy beard, because your beard's patchy.
I pulled down my face mask to show them my fucked up teeth and shit.
You showed them? You snarled at them?
Well, I had to I pulled down my mask and I was like, I am 15 years older than that age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I said, what kind of fucking 17-year-old is buying a mid-strength beer? Which is...
Fair point.
Everyone in the line behind was like... No one said anything because they're all... this country is full of fucking people who fall in line. You know what I mean? Scared to challenge authority. But you could see people were nodding. Through their mask, I could see they were like going, I mean, he's right, What kind of fucking... If some demented 17-year-old bought mid-strength beer, that's the kind of person who'd bring a gun to school and blow away all his problems,
Somebody on mid-strength beer? No, I think those kids who shoot up schools are mostly sober.
Yeah, that would be sober or
not even mid-strength.
Yeah, but mid-strength. I mean, that's only someone in their 30s would drink mid-strength beer. That's the only kind of person.
Someone in their 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, just their souls chipped away by time.
No, but it's just so rude to ask me for ID. I know a lot of people go, "Oh, it's a compliment." It's like, no, fuck off. It's not. It's not when it gets to over 15 years. No, it's just being a fucking. You're being a fucking.
Yes.
You're being a. What do you call it?
A prick.
A prick.
A fucking prick.
Jobsworth. A fucking Jobsworth.
Yeah, I remember when you told me about that Jobsworth. You told me about that at the Fringe. I remember we were sitting there having a conversation, and I thought
it's an English slang for fucking people who you remember someone who wouldn't let you copy their homework in the morning.
Yeah,
it's like, no, you have to do it yourself. A fucking Jobsworth, a Jeremit. My friends will get that reference. But anyway, what I'm saying is that I had to go back, get my passport, and go back out, and then...
Yeah, no, I remember you came back, and I was here. And I don't know, it's like everything's just below the surface at all times for me at this point. And you were like, they wouldn't give me my beer, and I was like, if they don't give you your beer, you call me, and I'll call, like I'm your mom. Like I'm gonna storm in there. But it's like I am sort of looking for someone to take this out on. And yes, I understand you're supposed to ID all people, but it's also like. You had 25 minutes before, the store was closing and, we were on curfew. And it's you're very obviously older than 18 years old. So it's kind of what are you doing? You're swinging your big dick around. If this is not already hard enough for everybody, you're let me pull out my flaccid penis and make you stare at it. And swing it around a bit because you don't have your fucking ID. That's what that guy fucking did. He made you look at his dick, and then you went back and you got your passport, and you had to slink back in there, and then they sold you your shitty beer.
Yeah, And also, I don't know point. Well, you know what? Maybe we should march for freedom Saturday.
I mean,
because I know where I'm fucking.
It's just like
my
stop being.
petrol bomb is going straight into fucking Aldi. Black lives do matter. Let's burn this place down.
I think that's the point. Like this whole fucking thing. This pandemic, right? You would think like we've all been through something. Some of us, i.e., everyone in Melbourne, Australia, or in Victoria, is still going through something. And it's like you would think people would find it within themselves to extend perhaps more kindness than they once did, or understanding, or just, selling a 32-year-old man, an obviously 32-year-old man, like some fucking alcohol without an ID. Just shit like that. Just like not making everybody's lives that much harder while we're all dealing with this shit. And I'm finding people don't really give a fuck. Like, we still don't give a fuck about each other. And I think that, like, as we've sat here and, I've been in this, like, isolation with you and in my mind and thinking about people, I think that's the part that, like, is so overwhelming to me, because it's like, how, like, even I don't really care about anybody but myself right now, and you. Because I'm like moping around, feeling sorry for myself, whatever. And I'm like, so I'm existing in a world of people who, like, we all really don't care about each other. Like, we make these gestures and, but, like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. But you've heard me say this 1,000 times.
Yeah, and as well, we were meant to be watching The Bachelor Australia, and it made everything late. The fact I had to go back to the store to fucking give my ID, my passport, my precious passport, to get out of this police state. This 1984 Orwellian police state, and then not only I missed the start of the fucking Bachelor Australia. The Bachelor, that's what we're doing. We're watching The Bachelor Australia from our prison cell because there's nothing to see outside.
Yeah, just picking apart.
Who do you think Lockie's going to pick?
Who do I think he's going to pick?
He's going to pick one of the stupid white bitches.
Yeah, he's eliminated all the people of color, and by that I mean the one person of color.
He's a fucking racist.
Or actually, I guess there was like 3 people of color. One is still on there, but she passes as white.
The Bachelor Australia and not one Aboriginal. What's up with that? What do you think is up with that? We should ask fucking Dan Andrews, who fucking has an unconsensual lovemaking and gets fucking protesters pregnant. What do you think, babe?
I don't know. What
this one's laced with politics.
Yeah, this is our political landscape. I don't know. My brain is just... I have no idea how I'm going to reacclimate to society, because I'm struggling to even do this right now.
You looking forward to London?
Am I looking forward to London?
Yeah, the UK apparently is fucking destroyed with coronavirus, but you know what else it has? A bit of fucking personal freedoms.
I mean, I guess that's the thing. It's like, would I rather... Like, I'm coming from America where, like, I've never felt my government gave a fuck about me. We don't offer health care. We don't have health care. Like, I'm like, it's every man for themselves in America. And now I'm in a country where I guess they allegedly give a fuck about its citizens. But I'm, like, completely trapped. You know what I mean? And I understand I'm not a citizen, but anybody in this situation, you're trapped. They're like, you need to stay home. We'll come into your home and arrest you if we deem that you're doing something against the government, whatever. Would you rather live in a place where, like, your government, quote unquote, takes care of you and gives a shit? Or would you rather live in a place where the government doesn't give a fuck about you and you can kind of run rampant and do whatever you want unless you owe them money?
Yeah, you want somewhere in between, isn't it?
Which I think is the UK.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care what it is.
They don't care. Yeah, and that's great. So it's like I can kind of run around and do whatever, Yeah. Like at a point, like I'm ready to roll the dice on coronavirus, because
I'll just wear your face mask everywhere, and if not, you know what? I mean, I'm one article away from probably becoming an anti-masker, because I'm just easily led, and that's the kind of mind I've been given by God Himself. Just a real open mind that can be formed by whoever talked to me last. I believe in what they said. Okay,
well then why have you been so hard convinced that Drag Race is the only show you should care about?
I do like Drag Race.
Okay.
Remember I said I can't believe those women are so talented, and then you said they're actually men, and then I said it makes so much more sense.
Yeah. I do remember that.
That was one of my favourite moments, and I really enjoyed the show for what it was. Ladies, start your engines. Men, dance.
No, that's not the tagline.
Oh, what is it?
Gentlemen, start your engines, and may the best woman win.
Oh, that is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, RuPaul's great. They should make him president. No, he'd probably make everyone trans. Which,
That's not what drag is. It's drag.
Oh, yeah. He'd make everyone in drag, which I like, actually. I'm a fan of. It's like stand-up comedy with, like, a dress.
So you're ready to dress like a lady?
You, I'm a lady. Yeah, I'd probably be hotter than real ladies. No offense to a lot of them.
You're staring directly at me as you say that. That was very... What the fuck are you trying to say?
You know, like that lady, that anti-masker lady. I'd probably make a better lady than her.
The pregnant woman?
Yeah.
Well, she's pregnant for one, so already she's...
Yeah, but I can get pregnant in my mind. Remember that? A mental pregnancy.
Your mental...
Remember, you say you can have a mental vagina.
Mm-hmm.
That's more powerful than a real vagina, depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah, that's true.
Times we live in. I'm very open-minded, you know.
So, are you saying that later I could mentally impregnate you?
Yeah.
Huh.
I shit a baby up my man-ass. How about that? How about that?
Oh man,
how about fucking that? I get another beer from the fridge.
No.
Why not?
No, because it's fucking 3:00 and you want to do all this yoga. You know,
I can do yoga after I got fucking mid-strength beers. I'll do full-strength yoga.
What am I supposed to do? I don't have anything to say. I feel like
you namaste there while I get a beer.
Christ, you know, I wake up
Keep
and
talking into the mic.
And I'm ready to do this, and then we putz around all day. And then we go for a walk, and then I'm all tuckered out. And now I got no ideas, nothing to say. You know, like, what am I supposed to do? We got really what is it? 4 days?
3.5 days.
No, we fly in 4.
I really hope we can go to John Boy's one last time.
I would like to see John Boy one last time. Yeah, John Boy and his lady friend. Though out of everyone in. You know, that is one... Look, I'm not going to say the perks of Australia have outweighed the downsides. You know, but with that said, perks of being here, you and I got married. That was a nice time. Meeting John Boy and his lady friend, that was fun. You know, and that's about it. That's pretty much...
That's 6 months right there.
Yeah, that was...
in one sentence.
Yeah, like, you know, I mean, it really, I am not here. Like, nothing's been open. There's been nothing to do. The weather's been shitty. I've seen some fucking cool birds, I guess. They
even cancelled the Bachelor Australia in the middle of the fucking
Yeah, they canceled
series.
the fucking Bachelor Australia. You know, I can't even get my TV fix. I could have just, you know, done without it. It's sort of sad. Like, I mean, had we played our cards differently, you know, we might have ended up in other situations, but it would have been...
We didn't get the fucking disease.
No, I mean, not yet. You know, we still got an opportunity. But yeah, this has not been fun. And
I can't wait to have one again.
Seeing other people having fun on the internet, it makes me feel like I'm Harvey Dent, you know? Like, I was once a person who felt like I could be happy for others and happy for others' successes. You know, like, it was nice. It actually made me feel good to feel good for other people. But, like, in the mental state that I'm in, being somebody who once, like, worked, you know, the majority of my days and, like, whatever, I feel like I'd rather watch the world burn. So I'm basically two-faced now.
Yeah, it's not nice that everyone else gets to open up and we don't. It's not fair.
Of course it's not fair. We got unlucky, and that's fine, you know. And traveling, I mean, look, like would I've ever come here? Like I've never been a traveler. I don't give a shit. I don't. And I guess that's like maybe...
You've never been a member of the traveling community?
I've never been a member of the traveling community. And maybe that's a very American thing, and I get that, but like...
You never sold gates or tarmac?
The way I feel about traveling is
Travelers.
Well,
the traveling community.
I don't know what you're saying. I'm talking about people who like to travel.
I'm talking about a minority group in Ireland.
Okay, well, I don't know that, so I'm just going to go ahead and say... Okay. I'm separating this from that. I'm talking about the people, the eat, pray, love people. The people who are like, I don't have an interesting life, so I'm going to fly to Indonesia and have an experience that then I can talk about all the time because I'm a boring as fuck person. Yeah. Which I feel like if you meet somebody and they have done a lot of traveling, that is a mark of somebody who is boring as shit. Like, who has nothing else. And
those pictures of like people that go to Africa to help out, when you know it was more trouble than it was worth them there, throwing crusts at black kids or something or whatever, like they're ducks.
Yeah,
no, it's a photo op though. It's like for you to even have like the accommodation, unless you have any skills that you can help out in the community, you're there for the pictures.
I mean, that's my point. Is like, all these people sometimes are like, I graduated college, I'm going to go places, or I did this, or let me just travel. And it's like anybody that I've known who's done that, that's all they yap about. Like, when I was here, when I was in Cambodia, when I was in India, like, and you're just like, if you had stayed in your hometown, which, like, granted, sounds like a fucking nightmare, but let's say you stayed in your hometown or even in your general region for most of your life, you would have nothing to say because you suck, and that's my opinion. I'm not proud of this. I didn't leave America for 31 fucking years, and I managed to have a very fascinating existence in that time. And then leaving is only, I don't know, intensified that, or if anything, made me more boring because I haven't done shit for 6 months. So I don't know. Maybe I hate traveling all the way around. But, like, I cannot stand people who hinge their life based on, like, oh, look at all the places I've been, because they've got nothing to say. They don't know how to do anything else except go have experiences, like outsourcing experiences for their life from other countries to be fascinating to others, which they're not. They're boring. Like, you've been all over the place. You barely even talk about it because you have more to you than that. Like, I have more to me than the fact I've gone to a couple countries this year. You know what I mean? Like, me going anywhere is hard. I could have not, and I probably would have been more interesting to be around. I mean, I don't know. This is my opinion. So it's like, if you feel like my life is boring, I need to find myself. Maybe I should, like, fly to Thailand. Look inward, Yeah. Like, really, like, soul search, Like,
to get a fucking photograph with a fucking elephant with Down syndrome that's on drugs.
Yeah, I haven't seen one, like, look, fine, some birds. I haven't seen one fucking wild, like kangaroo, koala, nothing. And to be honest...
That's because Ben Anders won't leave us leave the fucking city.
It's fucking Ben Anders. But with that said, is that not more interesting than being like, I flew to Australia and held a koala? That's what you do here. You fucking fly here, you get chlamydia from a koala, and then you leave. That's what people do. I came here...
I hate that chlamydia koala fucking...
Yeah, everybody makes that joke. Oh, did you know koalas have chlamydia?
But you actually know that all koalas do gang rape. That's something that people don't talk about.
Yeah, well, did you know all duck sex is rape?
Yeah, because Stuart Lee has a bit on it.
Who?
Stuart Lee has a bit in it about 15 years ago.
Well, okay, that's not what I know it from. I know it from, like, reading about nature, like the corkscrew penis and all duck.
The dolphins rape as well, did you know that?
Did you know ducks can't get wet?
Yeah, because they're feathers.
Yep. I told you that the other day. That's why you know that now.
I don't know, I can't remember that.
Did you know that rats have a gestation period of 21 days, and that rats will...
Gestation is pregnancy, isn't it?
Yes, and so 21 days. It takes the full thing to happen.
What?
Yeah, and that rats will fuck you if you're alive or dead.
Yeah, I think... Oh, yeah, they'll fuck a dead rat.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if you're male or female. They're actually the most open species ever. Oh, God, you just burped in my fucking face. I want to slap you. I was thinking, so I have to burp in your face to think.
Are rats open-minded or are they evil? That's a philosophical question.
Rats are
Where does morality lie when it comes to rats?
Rats are an extension of the human race. The only reason they exist in the way they do is because they're feeding off of our lives.
The media has painted rats badly.
Of course they have. Because humans are bad.
No.
Yeah, what do you mean, no? I'm definitely in the John Locke camp of, like, people are probably born evil. I don't know.
So you're saying rats only exist because of people? Like dogs only exist because of people?
Like, in the way, like, rats don't just, like, eat anything, right? Like, they're kind of picky. They have things they prefer to eat.
No, rats eat everything.
No, they don't. They do not eat everything. They don't eat everything. They don't eat everything at all. and they are creatures of habit. So like they can form like pathways, and they'll take the same path. Like they don't like to veer. So they actually experience a lot of fear, which I think is also a lot of people. People are like, this is my thing, and this is what I do, and I can't look or feel or think a different thing. I don't even want to. I'm going to go this way. Rats feed off of us. Like the reason they can exist and whatever is like in New York, for example, is because they're feeding off of whatever our lives are, like whatever our trash is.
But isn't there an original wood rat? Like mice have been around pre-people.
I mean, mice are not rats.
In general. Yeah, but just like, I mean...
Yeah, but the reason they can exist... And they were around pre-people, but, like, rats weren't even, like, in America. Like, they came on the ships.
I know, but everything, like, the rats here came from... Everything came from Europe. All rats came from Europe.
Right.
All people came from Africa. All rats came from Africa. How about that?
You solved it. But, yeah... I mean, on speaking of Africa, yeah, just anybody traveling.
I've been reading up on slavery.
Yeah, I remember I asked you today.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's fine. I mean, I
feel it doesn't go the way you think it does.
Things are hard. Well, is anything going the way we think it would?
No. No.
The answer is no.
No. No, it's not.
Beer at 3:00. The Bachelor real soon. Leaving soon. I don't foresee.
Do you think we'll stop watching reality TV when we can get?
I think you and I. No, I don't, because I think, fortunately, what I like. You and I have a lot of odd similarities, which I think is convenient and probably why we get along and why we ended up getting married and all this shit. Because like, there's just certain things. We're not the same, but there's certain things that we do the same that make like this type of very close existence possible. And I think it's that we both like watching this trashy reality TV and doing commentary on it, like viewing it in maybe the way that it's not meant to be viewed. People watch The Bachelor and I think truly believe these people are like falling in love and become invested. But you and I watch it and we start picking apart, because anybody who would decide to go on that show.
I like thinking about the production staff.
Yeah, you think about the
editors of
exactly.
These shows are great.
The editors, the producers, the different women. But anybody who's like willing to go on this show, like we were watching this episode last night, and like that girl, like they announced the coronavirus, right? So everybody's like, ugh, they're like, it's a pandemic, and then they're like, but you're all safe here, and we're like, oh, thank God, we can stay here and find love, whatever. And like then you have the one girl who like had to call her grandparents because they're like sick. And then they like build this whole thing up where she called her mom to find out if her grandpa died because there'd been a psychic who made a comment that sounded like he was now dead and had died since she'd been there, whatever.
If they had died, it would have made the best TV.
But the point is that girl who's like very, demure and quiet and fucking boring, frankly, very pretty. Like
a pretty retard, isn't she?
Is allowing that to be on television. Do you know what I mean? So it's like no matter whatever personality she is, like it's like something is deeply ingrained wrong with her. Like you had to come on TV and then fight 200 other women for the same fucking dude that none of you know. You guys have all had like maybe 3.5 minutes together with him, ever.
And he likes bungee jumping.
And and he wants to go rock climbing and throw himself off fucking cliffs. And you're like, I like him so much.
There's actually a correlation between people who do those kind of activities and people who have child porn downloaded on their laptop.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd like to read that Wikipedia.
I might have made that up. I might have made it up.
Oh, no.
It's for everyone else.
Send me the link.
Do your research.
To Wikipedia after that. But, yeah, I mean, they're all, it's just, it's the most insane thing to think about. Like picking these people apart, and that's why I enjoy it. I get to be mean, and I think we both like being a little mean.
Of course, and like Jonathan Anderson, President of Victoria, Jonathan Anderson, has made it that we can't go outside and smell the leaves and look at the birds.
Yeah.
That we have to watch reality TV. So it's all a kind of it's the Australian story, It's been a prison camp since day one, and now, what did I say before?
What did I say before?
Or what did you say before? First we're a prisoner in our room, and now we're a prisoner in our mind.
Oh, yeah. You said that. I thought you were talking about what I said.
What did you say?
I don't remember. Or it's just like, this is actually the truest, authentic the truest Australian experience
Is being a prisoner.
Yes, here.
Yeah.
You know, which, like, fuck the koalas. This is really what it's about. Feeling like a prisoner on this island.
And the cops beat up pregnant women here. And the cops get women pregnant here. And then the baby's born with no mask. Hypocrisy.
Well, if you would like some additional content, if this didn't do enough for you, and you want more of this, we have a bonus episode this week on our Patreon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
For just the Patreon people.
Yes.
The $5 subscribers. Who are they, Mark?
We got Kevin. Kev for short. Kevin from them. We also have Sinead. She's having a good time in Dublin, apparently. Big up to you. We have Adam. He's from here. Heard under the weather. Hope you're getting better.
God Christ. Okay, go on.
Dom Doms. How are you, Dominic? Black Lives Matter. Oh yeah, and obviously our friend Niall.
Great job. And if you don't want to be a $5 Patreon subscriber and you don't want more of whatever the fuck this is, you can always give us $1 or $3, you know, like...
That's American capitalism.
That is American capitalism, you know? I've been here so long I almost forgot how to be American. But, you know, I think it's in my bones, or my boner, that I'm going to use to impregnate your mind,
Shoot me
vagina,
in the
later.
face at a stop. At a car stop point. Good night.